Realize how heavy that knee hit.
You're right, the near 300-pound freight train behind that knee of Joe, who makes eye contact with senior official Rudy Charles. Almost as if he just slightly questioned the cadence of Charles' 3 count.
You know, we have talked so much about Samoa Joe and how he's going to handle this. When so many people tell you time and time again you can't beat somebody, you wonder if they start believing it. You wonder if they start doubting themselves. Joe showing no signs of that right now, Mike.
Or do you use that to inspire you, as it looks like that's what Joe is doing, at least at this point in the match. Picks up Booker at the head, brings him back out to the center of the ring, off the headbutt, the quick snapmare takeover, and a big shot to the back, right between the shoulder blades.
This is going to be a match of runs. This is going to be a match of getting on a roll. You know what it is? It's like when a football team runs up 21 quick points. That's what's going to happen. You wonder who it's going to happen to first. But when they do, it's going to be interesting to see how they keep that momentum. If they can just take it all the way to the finish, because right now they're just kind of trading off.
Exactly what you talked about. Joe in control, but now this may be the time for Booker to turn it around. He takes Joe, brings him out to the floor. You just see that kick to the head, and Joe fights back from outside, first with a punch, then with a chop, then with another right hand and another shortcut.
Well, I'll tell you why Booker took that shortcut, because he couldn't believe how Joe reacted to that kick. He basically brought him to his feet and turned him around, and you can see Charmel cheering on Booker T. She doesn't care how he wins, as long as he wins.
Short arm clothesline, decks Joe, drops him down to the floor. Gotta like that referee Rudy Charles is giving these two competitors a little bit of a leeway here in this match in terms of the count. Out on the arena floor, he wants to find out who the better man is. No!
Oh, man!
The impact that Joe just went right into the steel steps as Booker flung him in there, and certainly has his supporters here.
Well, that's the kind of run I'm talking about right now. You can see the momentum now is doing a major turn. It is now going right. Oh, he caught those steps hard in the forehead, and he just busted wide open, the blood coming down.
And Booker going to try and take advantage of a situation. He took that big right fist and pounded it right into the cut, follows Joe around the side of the ring and hit him once again. Boy, he has really opened up the champ.
This is the kind of thing that can start the doubt going through your mind if you're Samoa Joe. Everybody says you can't do it. And now he knows he's in trouble. He knows he's losing blood. Booker T can sense it. Booker T can sense doing this quickly right here in Houston as he goes for the pin. Joe's just reaction.
Not only the seeds of doubt gone, but also think of the situation as that blood flows down from your head into your eyes. And the potential here for the vision problems with the blood coming into the eyes of the champ.
I'm telling you what, this has just turned so quickly. Booker T now, real methodical in everything he's doing, as Charmel just enjoying what she's seeing. This is the game plan that Booker T had. He took everything Joe gave him early on, waited for his opportunity, and then once he was able to get him into those steel steps, look at this. Joe showing not very many good signs of life right there.
Nothing at all with that ground and pound from the challenger. Booker from the mount was raining in those shots one after the other, and we got the close-up look at Joe, and he looked like he was just out, just unconscious. Booker went to the kick, quick recovery by Joe, inverted atomic drop, gonna try and get momentum with the ropes, and does with that big boot into the chest, comes back off, went for the senton splash, but Booker rolls out of the way.
Just in time, Booker was able to get out of the way, and now hits him with that axe kick right on the back of the head. He could do it right here. 1, 2, Joe's not done.
That close, however, to a new champion, as the axe kick leads to a near fall and a 2 count for Booker T. Booker back up to his feet, questions the count from referee Rudy Charles. Charmel, the wife, looks on from ringside, both with concern, as well as trying to cheer her man on.
It's very important here for Joe to get his confidence back. The longer he stays out there, the more he's not going to be worried about the things like the bleeding and things like that. He's just going to try to find a way to go through that door when it opens. But right now, Booker T not giving him that opportunity. Look at this.
Picks up Joe by the head, brings him back out towards the middle, stops, measures, and drops Joe with the kick. Joe down, just dead in his tracks.
He put the heel of that shoe right on the head. 2. Joe again, but man, that was lackluster.
That's reflex, though.
Whoa.
It's a lackluster attempt by Joe to get the shoulder up because he's on the verge of being unconscious, and that's a reflex reaction at that point.
Like the doctor hitting you in your knee with that little gimmick there, and your knee flinches. That's exactly what that was.
Champion and challenger both on their feet. Booker getting the best of it. Just when Joe tries to get a comeback rolling, Booker's hitting him even harder. I think that forearm by Joe, that one really caught Booker. Booker comes back, knee to the midsection. Joe tries to put on the brakes, does, but then gets shot into the ropes, and here he comes.
Wow, that's what we've got to do. Able to duck Booker T, and able to get more momentum as you still see the blood coming down the head. But Samoa Joe able to put Booker T down. Booker T getting back up, though. You wonder how much Joe's got in the tank. The long, oh, nice boot to the face now. Can Joe keep this momentum going? Look at him, off the rope. Oh, nice move with the leg.
See if he goes for the cover. Here it is. Two only. Shoulder up by Booker T. And finally now, we're seeing Samoa Joe use that 30-plus pound weight edge to his advantage.
Problem he's got now, though, is his vision. That blood's running in his eyes. As you saw that last shot of him, you could see he was trying to blink his way through it. He's going to have to be very careful. Oh, and again, Booker T the third time. Oh, nice snap slam. Here it is. Oh, so close.
Perfect positioning with the follow-up pin attempt off that mid-range snap slam. And again, you see Joe fighting through both the vision problems as well as the pain as Booker gets back up.
You know, you could see him rubbing the blood and looking at it. And a lot of times psychologically that takes people different ways. Sometimes it fires you up, makes you mad. Other times you get worried that you're really hurt and you're just kind of doing things on instinct. You'll be curious to see how Joe handles it.
Booker meets him. I think that might have been a bookend attempt. Instead, reversed, countered, T-bone style suplex into the cover, and Booker able to get out before three.
Joe impressive on that suplex, but very nonchalant on the pin attempt. Tell you what, he needs to, when he gets a shot at the pinning Booker T, he needs to apply all 280 pounds.
I think it's because he just really got behind the suplex attempt that he didn't have much left when he was going for the pin. He really dug down deep, trying to get some adrenaline going here against Booker, who's feeding off the crowd.
Booker T right now, look at those long legs, those knees, and I mean, just driving them in.
There's
shot
serious strikes. Serious strikes from both men. The knees by Booker, the shots, the chops by Joe, the forearm shot. Oh, and he went right into the referee, Rudy Charles, who goes down.
Shot him with the forearm, referee Rudy Charles down. Booker. Samoa Joe, look at him, he's measuring things, trying to figure out what to do here. But it's a good time for him, Mike, to catch his breath and get his bearings. He has no control over what happened to the referee right now. Hopefully we'll get us another referee out here. Oh, you can see he just got himself fired up and did a clothesline with the left hand, which he normally doesn't use.
How about the left arm lariat that time by Samoa Joe? Not a good reaction here in Booker's hometown of Houston to that move, but you got to give the champ credit. He's turned this baby around.
Again, Samoa Joe feeding off the crowd, but I'll tell you what I think he's really doing is he's clearing the cobwebs out of his head. He's letting the crowd get him back in this matchup. He's letting the anger boil in that he's had. Everybody telling him he can't beat this guy. Well, you know what? He's turning things around here a little bit, and he just slipped Booker T outside.
Referee taken out of play. Joe takes Booker, tosses him over the top and down to the floor right in front of wife Charmel. Sets him up in the corner right here at the guardrail. First it's the chop, then a chair going to come into play here. What's Joe going to do?
Sets him right down in it. Gives him a nice comfortable seat, and he hits him with a knife edge chop, and then you know what he's going to do.
I know what this is.
Going to get a full run.
Here comes the Olay.
Oh, wow, he takes that foot and just slams his head into the guardrail. And you can see Charmel just aghast there.
Joe makes eye contact with Charmel. Booker slow to get up after Joe smashed him right against the guardrail. Takes Booker by the head. There he goes, right into the steel post.
For the love of God, stop!
Charmel screaming at Joe to stop. What in the world? Charmel just set the motions there. It's her husband out there. And you can see
wait a minute.
Samoa Joe goes right after the bodyguards that were standing around Sharmell. He's just not going to take it. This is a matter of being in this matchup, but he's not going to take that from Sharmell.
Sharmell had her own personal security. You're right. Positioned around the ringside area here, seated with her. And Joe, a couple of shots for them. Sharmell screaming.
Samoa Joe, you can see Sharmell just looking on. Samoa Joe just kind of snapped. And look at this, Booker T. I don't know whether it was when he hit the ring post or when he hit the rail, but he's busted open and Joe's feeding off of it.
We've got another referee, Slick Johnson, who's come from the back, pleading with Joe to try and pull him off of the bloodied Booker T. Pie faces Slick, and Slick calling for some help from the back.
Samoa Joe, though, not stopping, just going right after Booker T. He realizes that this is his chance. He's got Booker T.